Welcome back, everyone, to the latest monthly update for the TQQQ challenge. It is Friday evening, December 12, 2025. We will be examining the recent market turbulence and analyzing the price action of TQQQ over the last 4 weeks. Let's begin with TQQQ's current status. TQQQ is presently trading just below $53, remaining near the price level we discussed in last month's report. We recall TQQQ established a prior all-time high of $46.90 on December 16, 2024, before its precipitous drop to a low of just $17.50 on April 7. Following that low, TQQQ achieved a remarkable, full-scale recovery, hitting a new all-time high of $60 on October 29, 2025. Since the start of November, price action has been a true roller coaster. We witnessed TQQQ plunge from the $60 peak to $45 on November 21, rally back to $57 on December 5, and then experience a sharp retreat today, dropping to $52. This high level of volatility is a characteristic that experienced TQQQ investors expect to see several times each year. As you are well aware, TQQQ is a leveraged financial instrument engineered to deliver 3 times the daily returns of QQQ. Therefore, a clear understanding of the NASDAQ-100's health is absolutely crucial. Since April 9 of this year, the market has undergone a powerful historic rebound. QQQ has maintained a strong bullish trajectory, ascending from $402 on April 7 to a high of $637 on October 29, 2025. More specifically, QQQ mostly held above the SMA 50 purple line starting from May 1. However, it breached the SMA 50 purple line on November 17 and reached a temporary low of $580 on November 21. After spending 6 trading days beneath the SMA 50 purple line, QQQ managed to reclaim the support level. The price subsequently climbed to $629 on December 10, before sharply falling today to $613, exactly retesting the SMA 50 purple line. Now, let's incorporate the SMA 20 black line onto the QQQ chart to sharpen our view of the short-term dynamics. The SMA 20 black line is a quicker indicator, reflecting immediate market momentum, while the SMA 50 purple line defines the intermediate-term trend. Since the golden cross formation we observed in QQQ back on June 23, we have generally seen the 3 parallel lines, the SMA 20 black line on top, the SMA 50 purple line in the middle, and the SMA 200 green line at the bottom. Critically, the SMA 20 black line and the SMA 50 purple line have been together over the past 7 trading days. This pattern signals that QQQ is fast approaching a decisive pivot point. We must diligently monitor whether QQQ can successfully maintain this vital support area. Should it fail to hold, my confidence remains high that QQQ will locate its next major floor and initiate a strong bounce from the SMA 200 green line. With QQQ currently challenging the SMA 50 purple line, a new buying opportunity is emerging. My phased investment strategy involves deploying a small amount of capital when the price is below the SMA 50 purple line, preserving a medium-sized portion for a potential downturn toward the SMA 200 green line, and retaining the largest amount should the price fall decisively below the SMA 200 green line. I also integrate analysis from secondary indicators, such as volume, RSI, and Bollinger Bands. Let's summarize the market action from the past week. The U.S. stock market finalized the trading week with a pronounced retreat, primarily fueled by severe selling pressure across technology equities. This recent market weakness resulted from a clear rotation of investor capital and growing apprehension regarding the lofty valuations, particularly among companies central to the AI boom. The essential catalyst for the decline was a noticeable shift away from high-growth technology shares. The prevailing market sentiment suggests that the pricing of key tech companies may be unsustainably high. This uncertainty, compounded by ongoing concerns about persistent inflation in the broader economy, encouraged investors to realize profits. As capital exited the technology sector, the NASDAQ endured the largest losses, setting the tone for the negative performance that swept through all the main indices by the close of the week. Regarding the economic landscape, the latest GDP Now forecast indicates that U.S. GDP growth for the third quarter of 2025 is projected to be a healthy 3.6%, which marks a substantial improvement from the negative 0.3% contraction witnessed in Q1 and the 3% growth recorded in Q2. The CME FedWatch tool suggests the Federal Reserve is likely to implement interest rate cuts twice next year in 2026, with the first expected in April and the second in September 2026. The Federal Reserve has already reduced interest rates 3 times this year in 2025, including the cut announced this December. Meanwhile, on Polymarket, the perceived probability of a U.S. recession in 2026 has decreased, falling from 47% in October to 31% today. It is worth noting that the peak odds for a 2025 U.S. recession on Polymarket reached approximately 66%, yet no recession occurred during 2025. Finally, the Fear and Greed Index has moved slightly to 42, still registering a state of fear. On November 20th, the index was at a lower reading of 5, also deep in the extreme fear category. Let's now examine the latest on our portfolio performance. I have not acquired any additional TQQQ shares since last month's report. I had placed a limit order to purchase TQQQ at $45 when the price dipped on November 20th, but this order has not yet been executed. My total capital investment remains at approximately $20,100. Since December 2023, I have maintained a target of investing around $12,000 per year. My original plan was to invest an extra $4,000 by the conclusion of November 2025, bringing my total deployed capital for the 2-year period to $24,000. However, given the sustained strength in TQQQ, I have been unable to execute my desired buying opportunities. Therefore, my revised investment target is to commit a total of $36,000 until the end of November 2026, thus fulfilling my $12,000 annual investment goal for the 3-year period. The core of my plan is to deploy this capital aggressively when the price nears or falls below the SMA 200 green line. Nevertheless, we must be realistic and acknowledge that QQQ may not touch the SMA 200 green line for a considerable period. My current holding consists of 654 shares of TQQQ after the TQQQ split, with an average cost basis of $30.81. The present valuation of my portfolio is approximately $34,400, reflecting a total unrealized gain of about $14,200, which translates to a 70% return. This compares to a 72% return in paper gains of $14,500 reported last month. For a detailed comparison, please refer to our November 2025 TQQQ update video. I have not sold any shares since 2023 and have no intention of selling, unless presented with undeniable indicators of an imminent, severe market crash. The foundational, long-term objective of this challenge is steadfast: to invest $360,000 over 30-plus years and achieve multi-million-dollar portfolio growth. For the comprehensive rationale, be sure to watch my video Cash vs. SPY vs. QQQ vs. QLD vs. TQQQ, 30-year showdown. My entire investment methodology is anchored by 4 straightforward principles. First, monthly investing, maintaining a consistent commitment of about $1,000 into TQQQ every month. Second, enhanced dollar cost averaging, or EDCA, strategically increasing purchases during market downturns and reducing them during peak periods. Third, sell before crashes. I will only exit my positions when unmistakable signals of a major market collapse appear, with the firm intent to reinvest at substantially lower prices. And fourth, no margin. I am strictly avoiding all forms of debt to ensure financial security and minimize overall risk exposure. The financial markets are evolving quickly, propelled by rapid technological innovation and the explosive expansion of AI. Our mission is to remain laser-focused, maintain our discipline, and stay deeply committed to our long-term investment framework. Thank you for joining this month's update. If you found this market analysis beneficial, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you never miss new content. Your continuous support provides incredible energy and purpose to this challenge. Until the next update, take care, stay disciplined, and happy investing.